Hi there, and welcome to the fifth in our web series, BAAs and Why Your Practice Needs Them. In this episode, we'll discuss the importance of the Business Associate Agreement and why you're required to enact them with any business associate. First, what is a business associate? A business associate is a person or entity that performs certain functions or activities that involve the use or disclosure of protected health information on behalf of or provides services to a covered entity. So, what is a covered entity then? Covered entities are defined in the HIPAA rules as health plans, healthcare clearinghouses, and healthcare providers who electronically transmit any health information in connection with HHS standardized transactions like billing for patient care and treatment. So, if you're a physician practice, you are a covered entity. In most cases, that means everyone else is a business associate. The catch is that they fall under the same rule as covered entities. Covered entities must enter into contracts with their business associates, which is what we're talking about today. They require, among other responsibilities, the business associate to implement administrative, physical, and technical safeguards that reasonably and appropriately protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of electronic PHI. How does this affect your practice? Not only is it law, but it's forcing practices to become accountable for how they protect patient data and who they choose to do business with. Here's a few questions I frequently get asked about BAAs. Having HIPAA business associate sign a BAA is all I have to do to make sure that they're HIPAA compliant, right? Wrong. While a HIPAA business associate agreement is required before you let a vendor provide any services that give them access to patient information, they have a clear responsibility to implement a complete HIPAA compliance program. Like your practice, they have to document their HIPAA compliance policies and procedures, workforce training, and evidence of ongoing compliance. Because you're responsible for their activities, you should make them prove to you that they have a real HIPAA compliance program. Require that they share their HIPAA risk analysis with you to prove that they've complied with the first HIPAA requirement. You should also reserve the right to audit your vendor's compliance at any time. Is it okay to use the HIPAA Business Associate Agreement that we've always used? No, it isn't. BAAs must speak to current laws and current technology. You're required to update this often. If your BAA is older than 2014, then you should update it immediately. Are my employees also business associates? Do I need to have them sign an agreement? No. A physician practice's employees are not business associates. They're considered part of the covered entity's workforce. Do I still need to perform the security risk assessment if I have BAAs with everyone? Yes. Physician practices that maintain electronic PHI must comply with the HIPAA security rule requirements and perform a risk analysis of office security. A risk analysis must be an accurate and thorough assessment of the potential risks and vulnerabilities to any PHI and its integrity and confidentiality. A risk analysis is more complex than filling out a checklist, so physician practices should obtain assistance in completing this task. My vendor has a BAA. Can I just sign theirs? Yes, you can. But that will only cover for that one vendor, and always go over the agreement with a fine tooth comb to make sure it is current and speaks to all the protections required. How do I make changes and where do I start? Make a full and complete list of vendors your practice does business with. Make sure that they're willing to sign a BAA with you. If they refuse, it's probably time to look for a new vendor. Do the research. There's many templates for BAAs from the Health and Human Services and CMS websites to software programs that handle document creation for you. Choose the one that works best for your practice. Many solutions can even be budget neutral. Perform the annual SRA for your own practice. It's a great first step to understanding and educating yourself and your employees. Keep copies of everything from your risk assessments to your BAAs. This will go a long way in protecting your practice from the all dreaded audit. Getting compliant doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and patience, and it takes learning and understanding. Patient data is incredibly important, so the government has these laws for a reason. Each year, the punishment and fines increase, but as long as you're showing improvement and taking the necessary steps to secure your practice, you're doing the right thing. Start small, educate yourself. That's always your first and best step. Thanks again for joining us, and please check out our site, www.kypher.com, for the latest news, updates, and information. We have an exciting summer coming your way. Stay tuned.